you are shoving aluminum into your armpits and through that into your body every day. There's a lot of exciting stuff. I'm going to give you downloads as well. You can go back to that checklist and see if your score has changed. So it has a scoring. Hi guys, today I want to talk to you about thyroid triggers. So firstly, thank you for your huge response on my last video and for everybody who WhatsApped me back or replied to me on Messenger. My request to you is put it on the YouTube comments because it does help me as a YouTuber. And of course, don't forget to like the video, and if you like what I do, subscribe to the channel. Well, this video is about this book that I've been reading, and it's very highly rated on Amazon, and so that's why I took it. This person suffered from Hashimoto's herself. This is what she's documented. And okay guys, so as you go through this, keep a list of what you did and when you did it and what are the effects of it. So I've made two downloads available for you. One is a list, and the downloads are linked below. One is a list of what actions you did, when you did it. So it's just an easy guide that you can download and print. The second is a checklist of all your thyroid symptoms. So it's a checklist, it's a long checklist of all your thyroid symptoms. So every 3 months, you can go back to that checklist and see if your score has changed. So it has a scoring mechanism, and you can see if your score has changed, if it has improved. So both of those downloads are available in the description of this video below. So number one, they say stress is a huge trigger. So just having something big go through your life or have a lot of stress was a big trigger. And even having a child was a big trigger. And I know from the couple of people that are close to me that somewhere around having their second child, their thyroid or their hypothyroid got triggered. So, just to be aware that stress is a huge factor. If stress is an ongoing factor, please try transcendental meditation or art of living. There are a lot of ways today, especially if you're in India, but now I think around the world, to do these things for stress. But now I want to come into the concept, the main focus of this video, which is thyroid triggers. And stay tuned again, because I mentioned a lot of the things I'm going to talk to you about, I will make available for you as downloads. After stress, the second biggest reason for having a trigger is your toxins, exposure to toxins. And the higher the toxic load, the more likely the toxin will interfere with your endocrine functions. So endocrine functions are all your glands that secrete hormones. So let's talk about toxic exposure items. So what I was very surprised is poor air quality. So they said a bad AC system, and in US they have this thing called sick buildings. And I was like, in India we don't have sick buildings, but it made me think, we have so much seepage in India. Even in my room I have seepage. We have so much seepage. So what is keeping some seepage to be creating mold, and that mold or paint particles and that stuff coming into the air that you breathe? Okay, think about it. We have seepage almost in every home. So what potentially is keeping that from turning to mold and affecting the air quality you breathe? So get an air purifier. I do know this company Nirvana Being. It's a friend of mine's. They supply great air purifiers that the owner himself uses and vouches for. So do message me if you're interested, and I'll try and put a link to it below. These are all high quality stuff. On Amazon you'll get a lot of cheaper ones as well, but you get what you pay for. Just like when you buy an air conditioner, if it's really cheap, it tends to not cool as much. Same way with an air purifier. If it's really cheap, it won't purify as well. So something to invest in, especially as the winter season is approaching. I think everybody, at least in the North India, will need it. Anyway, let me continue. Xenoestrogens, triclosan, BPA, heavy metals. Again, all of this, this is a list. This is my rough list, but it's going to be available as a download. it has more of the details. But I want to talk about heavy metals. So something a friend of mine told me years ago, if you are using a deodorant that says antiperspirant, if a deodorant says antiperspirant, more than likely it has aluminum, or in India, aluminium, zirconium in it. So if you are using an antiperspirant deodorant, you are shoving aluminium into your armpits and through that into your body every day. It has in some studies been linked to Alzheimer's, but now as I'm reading this book and she talks about heavy metals in lipsticks, it made me think of deodorant. And are you sticking aluminium into your body via your deodorant? Chlorine, bromide. So bromide is used in baked goods. It's called E294. It might be in your bread. It has been recently banned by the FSSAI, but this is India. It might still be there on your bread. So there's a list here. I wouldn't say eliminate the whole list right away, but eliminate one thing at a time, see how you feel, and keep that checklist available. So now let's jump into food. I think at least some of you are really excited about food. Again, as you might have seen in my other videos, otherwise go to my YouTube videos and there's a whole list about things that we find in foods today. I still have this handy article that says Indian packaged foods are the least healthy. So, gluten. Gluten is the number one trigger. Gluten has been associated with a lot of issues in Italy, with the highest rate of celiac disease, with IBS. Gluten just seems to show up everywhere. Fortunately, gluten is very easy to eliminate. Just eat rice instead of bread. If you are in India, you can eliminate wheat and eat jowar, bajra or ragi. Globally, you've got pearl barley, you've got millets, you've got rolled oats. If you need more info on that, again, shoot it to me. But it's really easy. Dairy. Dairy is apparently another trigger. Again, if you're in India, watch out for our chemically infused cows. We have no laws and no monitoring, and a lot of times I'll see cows eating plastic bags by the side of the road. So do watch out for your dairy. Sugar. So high fructose corn syrup, invert sugar, cane extract, Splenda, aspartame, all of these synthetic stuff, all of these you should eliminate. I would stick, in India, I would say jaggery or gur. Again, globally you can get jaggeries of many kinds. It's basically boiled sugarcane juice, so it is the least processed of anything. And in our kitchen we make a paste out of dates, so that's a really healthy product because dates are healthy for you. So again, this whole list and why more details is available in my downloads below. That will be my 4th download. I hope this helps. I really put in some effort to creating all this for you because I see that it affects so many people near to me. And as last time, I'm going to request you to put all your questions in the things down below. It has motivated me.